it's all good, good. No, it's all love. No, it's all love.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Modern Polygyny podcast, the only podcast where 1 + 2 = 1. I'm Ray.
I'm Prince.
And on this podcast, we discuss polygyny and relationships in general. We encourage, uplift, and support those living the polygamous lifestyle and those who have a genuine curiosity. Other topics we will be discussing is family and wealth building. And on today's topic, we're going to be discussing polyandry. So, polyandry is under the polygamous umbrella. It's just when a woman marries more than one husband, right?
Right.
Okay. So that's what we're going to be discussing today.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
So from what I know of polyandry, it is least often practiced in polygyny.
Right.
Most people, when they think of polygamy, they think of polygyny, which is a man with multiple wives.
Right.
So, you don't hear of polyandry too much, but I have seen it.
Okay.
And there's polyandry relationships out there. There's women that can handle multiple men.
I've heard of it, but I don't know anybody that I don't know anybody who does it.
I know. I'll get to it. No, I'll get to that later.
This is gonna be good.
No, I'll get to that later. We'll get to that later.
Okay.
So today we're speaking on polyandry, and the reason why is because we believe in polygamy as a whole. Like, a person should be able to marry more than one, whatever. So if you're a woman, if you choose to have multiple husbands, I don't see why not. And if you're a man and you choose to have multiple wives, I don't see why not. That's whatever works for you. It's not for everybody.
Right.
But it's, at the end of the day, it's whatever works for you.
Yeah.
And the reason why we're bringing up polyandry now is because a lot of what we talk about when it comes to polygyny applies to polyandry. Like, it applies to having multiple relationships, period. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of the same work still has to get done.
Right.
It's just that it would be the opposite. So instead of the women having to, work through what they have to work through in this situation, the men have to work what they have to work through.
Right.
Right. No, I don't know how that would necessarily work. Mm-hmm. I've never been in one before. Maybe I have, but like, I keep saying we're going to get to that later. And it keeps coming up, but yeah. I guess, like, does the woman just take charge, or is the man in charge?
I don't know. I don't know how that would work. If anybody practices polyandry, that would be nice to hear from you.
Yeah, we'd like to hear from you. Hit us up, shoot us an email. We'd like to have you on.
Right. I want to know the dynamics of that, how that works.
I can't say.
Right. I can't either, because I don't know anybody personally. But
just from a polygamy, like, just from a polygamy standpoint altogether, yeah. I can say what I imagine it would take, my opinion. Right. And that's what our podcast is about. It's our opinion.
That's it.
So my opinion is, you would definitely have to be a man of strong character, I guess you would say. Like, you would have to, same thing as a woman, like, you would have to do a lot of work on yourself.
Right.
A lot of emotional intelligence.
Right.
It's just going to require a lot of work altogether.
Right.
The reason why I would say that it could be rough, because it is because, like, with men, when you're dealing with men and women, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. Mm-hmm. I'm from the streets of Baltimore, right? Mm-hmm. And we have a lot of gangs. Like, it's gang infested.
Yep.
I've seen more people die behind their woman, or behind a woman, someone else's woman, than behind gang violence. I mean,
it happens all the time. All the time.
There was a rapper, I believe his name was, I don't remember his name.
Was this recent? This was recently.
It was recent.
Yeah,
in Atlanta.
I know exactly what you're talking about already.
Trouble. I think his name was Trouble. Mm-hmm. There was a rapper, and, I guess that, I don't know if it was he was at a lady's house, and he literally got caught with his pants down. Like, they said he was in his underwear. He was laying in bed. I guess.
And did he beat him or he killed him? The other guy that walked in, that
the ex-boyfriend or the current boyfriend, whatever, came through the door, bust the door down, or walked through the door. If he had a key, I don't know how he got in.
Right.
And I know he shot and killed
And
the
he
rapper.
beat her up pretty good too.
Yeah, I heard he put his hands on her too.
Right.
So the thing about men, I feel like there's always the constant threat of violence. Like it can get very ugly and very physical real quick.
Right.
And it's not like, you know, it's not like cat fight.
Right.
Like, have you ever seen two men fight before?
I don't. When I was in high school, I told you I hated when boys fought because it was really, you know, bad. Mm-hmm. Like they were knocking each other in the head, you know what I mean? Busting each other's heads open.
Yes.
It gets bad when boys fight.
So that's why I would be a little bit apprehensive about it because, you know, you never know how someone's feeling that day.
Right.
And it could get ugly when it comes to men.
I would say. I think so.
But like I said, I would say that it would take, I don't know if two alpha males would be able to do that. Somebody's got to be a beta.
They're going to have to.
Somebody's going to have to be a beta male.
Yeah, they're going to have to be. Because I can't see two alpha males sharing one woman.
It's not, I don't think it's meant to be.
I don't think that's meant to be.
I don't know. Because, all right, here goes the thing. People are like, oh, well, that's a double standard because you expect your wife to share you with another.
But I don't believe that is.
Because women are just different by nature. Like a woman, like now I don't know all women. If this wasn't you, it never happened, whatever. But I have seen it happen where women, they can be in a locker room or they could be in a bedroom and get dressed together. And
Yeah.
Like, hey,
and nobody is offended or
Women grew up you probably shared a bed with your friend.
I shared a bed with my cousins on a regular basis.
What about female friends? Like
female
as
friends,
younger,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
As a boy, as a man, when I was younger, I never shared a bed with any of my friends.
Right.
It's just.
And I just think.
So men and women are different when it comes to that.
And I think that that's where people get it messed up. Like they always think it's a double standard, but you have to remember we're talking men are different than women. So yeah, it might be inappropriate. People look at women sleeping with a whole lot of men as inappropriate, but don't look at it as the man being inappropriate for a man to do it. And it's because we're two different genders and we have two different makeups and we have two different, you understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And I think that's the issue today. I think we want to realize that men or women are two different things. You know what I mean?
But we are.
Oh, I know.
We're different. And I'm not saying that it can't work because it can. I believe it can. It's like open relationships. Like there's open relationships that work.
Yeah.
Now this is not an open relationship. It's like polygyny, but in reverse.
Right.
So, it could be a tricky.
Mickey and tricky.
It could get real tricky and Mickey, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, a lot of people ask us, oh, well, if you practice polygyny, can your wife practice polyandry? And the question is, would you? Like, what do you think about polyandry? Would you practice polyandry?
You asking me?
Yes, I'm asking you.
Oh. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. You can listen to the rest of it on all major podcasting platforms such as Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon. Thanks again so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in our next video.